Hey, it's your boy LeviKazama here. We're gonna do something different on the channel, like a wish list per se. Like 10, 10 things I want for a Dusk 3. So let's get it right into it. Number 10. On my number 10 spot, what is a training mode for Dusk 3. When I first played Dusk 2 per se, when I boot up the game, they kind of recap the whole story like for Dusk 1. When they show like the whole quote unquote tutorial mode for the game, I thought it was gonna be like a training mode, right? But I got bamboozled, or we per se, and I got bamboozled either way. And I thought we were gonna have a training mode in the game, but I was wrong. But freaking the overturning bar got a training mode. Fucking Devil May Cry got a training mode. Even hell, like the what's the got a gaming mode, training mode. But I'll put a freaking screenshot in the freaking video right here. This game got a training mode, which is kind of crazy. So that's my number 10 is a training mode. So yeah. My number 9 spot has to be secret endings, because we never had secret endings for Dusk 1 or 2. But Dusk 2 ending is kind of confusing to get to get like an understanding. But I kind of understand it now, a little bit. But it has secret endings to the game, like secret A or secret B and stuff like that. Like which path. If which path to go, then that'd be like an awesome, like an awesome feature to be in the game. So that'd be like an awesome, choice for the next game, like a secret ending. Which path you want to go. Like you want to go rogue, you want to go hero, this and that. But that'd be cool. That'd be really cool. And my number 8 spot has to be costumes, right? Dusk 2 was an amazing improvement, right? But the lack of costumes in the game is kind of disappointing to me. But we had one DLC in the game, but we had like one DLC costume. But imagine these costumes like in the game, bro. Like they should have just added like the OG, design, another costume too as well. They should have added like the OG costume. Bro, just to add like the freaking OG costumes like in the game, and that's like DLC cosmetics. But then they really didn't though. But that's not my, and I'm not the freaking game, I'm not a game developer. How that works and stuff like that. But should have add like the OG stuffs in there. But yeah, they should have just add the fucking what you call it. The scrap costumes too as well, that would be so cool, bro. And if they add like the scrap stuff, what the transformation, if she transforms, right, she has like a transformation, right, and they scrapped it, right. I'm gonna take I'm gonna let that screenshot right here, right. They literally scrapped it, right, when she transforms, right. She has freaking goggles and shit like that. They kind of fumbled the bag for that. But that's my number 8 spot. So yeah. And my number 7 spot, they had to add mini games into the next game. Because you wanna know why? Because I think Dusk 1 didn't have any mini games, but you had to collect like a bunch of of these capsules, like to get all the freaking all the gallery stuff. But like in Dusk 2, they kind of take that out, which is kind of unfortunate. But like in Dusk 3, if they do any mini games in a way, they had to do it right. So they didn't want to do like a mini game per se. Just do like a what do you call it? One of those punching machines, right? How much you can punch, right? Or just a mob of bosses, a mob of bosses and stuff like that. Or do like a wave of bosses. Or do a challenge or some way. I don't know. Just make it more like entertaining, like for the just make it it make it more entertaining. And it make it more entertaining. I like it anyway. I like for the fans at least. So yeah, so that's my number 7 spot. And my number 6 spot for this list is probably more collabs. And we have, a collab, but she's like a DLC boss. It's like the Avenger IX2, but she's like a DLC boss, not a actual DLC character. But she's like a support character per se. But and if I have to choose like for a sequel, like for like for a Dusk 3 collab, like for a DLC character, DLC character who will be playable, I would choose Sarah Connor because that was like a good fit for the role of that another caliber. And not Sarah Connor, probably Neptunia. That's like the only 2 I would pick, but realistically, but on my dream collab for Dusk 3, I'll definitely choose Samurai Maidens because that game came out like the same time, and not the same time, but like around like December of last year. But that was my dream goal. No, not my dream goal, but my dream collab for this game. And my other dream collab for the game is probably Trinity 7. I know Trinity 7, blah blah blah, but that was kind of cool because they live in like in the same, not in the same dimension, but Trinity 7 lives in the magical world, and Dusk lives in like in a whole, like in the fantasy world. I like in the fantasy world because that will fit magically well. And if I had to choose like an actual, realistically collab for another sequel for this game, I don't choose Samurai Connor any day of the week. Any day of the week. So that's my number 6 spot. And my number 5 spot is had to be co-op. In some way, some fashion, it had to be co-op because I love the freaking single player aspect of this game. You can beat them up, people wave the mobs, but multiplayer had to come for a sequel some way somehow. Like it don't have to be like a freaking offline thing. It can be like an online thing. Like when you beat the whole, when you beat like those Dusk 3, right? You'll unlock co-op or something like that. Or like hear me out. It's just like a certain point. It's just like a certain point like in the game, right? Like around like chapter 3 or chapter 4, right? You unlock co-op, and you like host a like a lobby, and you help and then you help out like a friend out. That'd be kind of cool. So like a whole co-op to this game will be nice just for this game, like for another game. So keep that in mind. And my number 4 spot, it has to be original character. I mean, not a created character, but like original character from the creators who did Dusk, right? Just like make a original character, and just stick it from the stick it in the story somehow, some way. You don't have to make a create a character for it at all. Like the creator had to do is make an original character from scratch. It's just like freaking like DD did from Life of Dusk 2. But she's not like an original character. She's like the freaking main villain, but she make it like an original character, like from scratch. And she just had to help out gang out in their like in their gang, or just like a whole I just hit the chopper out, or I just like to do a plan a route. I just make it like a route for her, right? The original character I'm talking about, the original character route, right? I just make with their character like a villain or hero scenario. So that's the thing I kind of wanted though. Left for the next sequel I've got in my number 3 spot, and they're gonna do it anyway, like in a sequel if they really want to do it. But I want to see more lore of the antagonist, like from from Dusk 2. I really want to see her again though, because I left in the end of the Dusk 2. It's kind of like like a 50-50 of like it's like the understanding of it. Cause like she said, like in the whole cutscene of the end of the cutscene, right? It's because she said is I'm going back like to my own universe, because I'm not trying to mess up the whole universe timeline or something like that. But and if she comes back like for a sequel, I'm definitely down to see her again. So that's my number 3 spot, because I definitely want to see her again on the sequel, bro. I'll be hella down to see her again. In my number 2 spot, it had to be play styles, or aka archetypes. You know what I'm saying? Like the main character know how to use her fists. But I just imagine this real quick. Just imagine this for a second, right? Imagine like the main character use like the other character's weapons. Like she has guns. She has guns, right? And he has her gauntlets, and the other has, like a scythe. Imagine like the main character use all of them in the 3rd game. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty damn cool to use in the 3rd game, because it would be nice to use all 4 or 5 of them to use as like a like archetype in one. But it's like a big up to them, like and let they use to all 4 of them, and as like a playable character. But just imagine, right? Just imagine, right? We can use their weapons, and as like in their arsenal, that'd be pretty cool. Just think about that for a second. So that's my number 2 spot. In my number 1 spot, I have to say the jukebox feature, because I like the music in Dusk 1 and 2, right? And if we get like a custom feature for a jukebox feature, and if we put like their custom music in like the jukebox feature in Dusk 3 or some ways to perform, that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Some ways to perform, but they will do it some way or somehow if they got the budget for it. So yeah. And honorable mentions, I do want to see Death and Request as a collab for this game. That would be like a perfect fit for this game, like an actual perfect fit. Like I want to see Death and Request one's protagonist in this game, because that's actually going to be like a perfect fit for this game, because it really suits well for the Dusk universe. So yeah, so that's my honorable mentions. And if you like these type of videos right here, or training style videos for fighting game stuff, or even like you see discussion videos like these, hit that subscribe button. Like we are road to 1K subscribers, bro. Like it really means a lot, like to hit that like button and subscribe button, bro. It really means a lot. So I'm trying my best out here to post videos every day, every Friday. I mean, so yeah, I'd like to hit the algorithm or something like that. But anyway, I'm out. Peace.